TV show Chernobyl has gained a lot of attention right now, and after watching this, I was left not only impressed, but with a certain question I'd like to understand. And that question is, how does radiation influence human body? And I know there is a short explanation in the TV show itself.
What does the radiation do to them, precisely?
Oh, the level some of them were exposed. Ionizing radiation tears the cellular structure apart. The skin blisters, turns red, then black. This is followed by a latency period. The immediate effects subside. The patient appears to be recovering. Healthy even, but they aren't. This usually only lasts for a day or two. And the cellular damage begins to manifest. The bone marrow dies. The immune system fails. The organs and soft tissue begin to decompose. The arteries and veins spill open like sieves, to the point where you can't even administer morphine for the pain, which is unimaginable. Within 3 days to 3 weeks, you're dead.
But I'd like to understand this question a little bit in depth. In the show itself, there is a very precise metaphor that is explaining how radiation works. And that metaphor is comparing radiation to a bullet. And it actually acts the same way. Having a lot of energy, a particle can knock off an electron of an atom, leaving a positively charged ion. There are a lot of types of radiation, including electromagnetic and gravitational, but today we're gonna focus only on particle radiation. Particle radiation is usually presented by alpha, beta, and gamma radiation. Alpha radiation is presented usually by helium-4 nuclei. It's 2 protons and 2 neutrons. It is very heavy particle, that's why it has great ionizing strength. It is very dangerous, but you can shield off of it using just a sheet of paper. Basically, it cannot penetrate human skin. It can get it ingested through breathing or with food or water. Alpha radiation is 20 times more effective at damaging cells than gamma radiation. That's why you need to protect your breathing organs and think about what you eat and what you drink in area that present danger with radiation. The second type is beta radiation, and it's presented by energetic electron. It has less ionizing potential, but it can penetrate your human skin. In order to stop beta radiation, you need to use a sheet of metal, a few millimeters thick, or a sheet of plastic, few centimeters thick. And also you can call a particle ionizing only if it's got energy more than 10 electron volts. Gamma radiation is presented by photons, and photons has the least ionizing capability. But in order to block gamma radiation, you're gonna need to use a wall 6 meters thick with concrete and lead in it. And still there is no guarantee that no gamma radiation is gonna penetrate that wall. Now, with that being said, I'd like to understand what these types of radiation can do to a human body in details. We'll start with brain. Neurons and brain blood cells can die, leading to seizures. Thyroid. When a nuclear reactor malfunctions, radioactive iodine can be released into the atmosphere, and thyroid is very sensitive to it. And if subjected to, it can lead to a reduced thyroid function and eventually cancer. Lungs. If inhaled, an invisible radioactive particle can damage lung tissue, leading to cancer over time. Heart. High doses of radiation can damage cells and vessels, reducing cardiac function. GI tract. Sensitive cells in the intestinal lining can be damaged, leading to nausea, bloody vomiting, bloody diarrhea. Skin. Rapidly dividing skin cells can be damaged, leading to lesions and burns. Lymphatic system. Rapidly dividing lymphatic cells die and damage bone marrow, can no longer produce white blood cells, leading to immune system to shut down. Now let's talk about dosages. And it's quite obvious, but I've got to state this. If you've got the same dosage in 1 hour or in a year, it's of course gonna have a different result on your body. For example, going through a security scan will give you 0.1 microsieverts. The same amount you will get from eating a banana. Yes, bananas are radioactive because they contain potassium 40. During a flight from New York to Los Angeles, you will accumulate about 40 microsieverts. Also, chest X-ray will give you 100 microsieverts and mammogram will give you 400 microsieverts approximately. Now we're getting to the first limit that is determined by government concerning radiation. This is US government yearly limit on artificial radiation exposure to a member of the public, and the value is 1000 microsieverts. Also, if you are a smoker, smoking 1.5 packs a day will result in 36,000 microsieverts throughout the year. The second limit is maximum yearly dose permitted for US radiation workers is 50,000 microsievert. And the third limit is maximum dosage for US radiation workers in life-saving operations is 250,000 microsieverts. Now we're starting to getting close to very high dosages that are extremely dangerous. For example, 400,000 microsieverts, which was maximum level detected at Fukushima. The level of 500,000 microsieverts will result to a slight drop in blood cell counts, which will return to normal in few days. 1 million microsieverts will cause temporary radiation sickness, nausea, low blood count, but it's not fatal yet. 2 million microsieverts is used in targeted conventional radiotherapy. 4 million microsieverts is extremely high dose, resulting in bleeding, hair loss, death possible within 4 to 6 weeks. 6 million microsieverts usually fatal within 2 to 4 weeks. 10 million death within 2 weeks. 30 million microsieverts will result in seizures and tremors, death within 48 hours. 50 million microsieverts. That amount you'll get after being just 10 minutes at a Chernobyl reactor core after meltdown.